Strength Journal, where we make fitness simple and easy to understand for the majority of people. Now, I have inserted a link on the YouTube homepage that will take you directly to a landing page where you can go ahead and get access to your free at-home and gym workout guide. And today's video, we're going to be talking about diet. So we're going to go back to diet. And as you know, my perspective on diet is that you should have a flexible diet, and I don't like adhering to any sort of strict diet because I don't think they're sustainable. If you have a diet in which you're only allowed to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice, you're going to eventually fall off that diet, and you're going to be more prone to having that perfectionist mindset, that all or nothing mindset that we talked about in the last video. If you haven't watched that, you probably should go and watch that. But it's one of the many methods by which you unknowingly adhere to this all or nothing sort of mindset, because you're saying that you're essentially allowing yourself to have a weak spirit, right? So you're saying that I'm going to eat these things specifically, and anything outside of that is bad. So when you slip up because you're human and you go ahead and you eat something outside of that, you're going to feel extremely bad about it. And that's just a bad way to look at it from a mindset perspective. As well as when you're dieting down, your body burns less because your metabolic rate is dropping. Your body doesn't have as much reason to burn. So what cheat days do is they actually trick your body into burning more than it was, right? So when you're eating a lot, when you're eating a lot, your body's metabolic rate is extremely high because you're giving it a reason to burn. And when you're eating a lot less, your body's metabolic rate drops because you're not giving it much of a reason to burn. So oftentimes when we're cutting down, you'll notice that you'll plateau eventually because your body no longer has a reason to burn. So your body's metabolic rate is extremely low and you struggle to lose fat. Cheat days spike this metabolic rate. It tricks your body into thinking that you're eating a lot more than you actually are. This takes me back to the video that I entitled, There's No Such Thing as Bad Food. And the reason I said that is because while there's food that is much higher in calories and low in nutritional value, when placed in your diet strategically and for enjoyment, they can actually work to your benefit and work in adherence to your specific fitness goals. So I'm going to tell you how I do it, and I don't necessarily recommend this. Remember, I'm not a licensed dietitian or nutritionist, but how I do it is I'll go the whole week. I'll go Monday through Thursday, and I'll eat within my calories and for the most part cleanly. And then when Friday comes, Friday's my cheat day, so I won't eat anything on Friday except for my cheat meal. And my cheat meal, I'll get Chinese food. So I'll get a side, I'll get my main meal, and I might even get a snack. And that there will actually account for my daily calories, if not slightly under my daily calories. So it's really a mental thing, right? Dieting is really a mental thing because technically speaking, that's not even a cheat day in a sense. A cheat day is a day where you allow yourself to go over calories. I don't even go over calories. However, if you want to go over your calories, there's nothing wrong with that. When I talked about calories and I broke down the idea of a calorie bank, what you're doing is you have this amount of calories that you can expend, and as long as you fall into that amount of calories weekly, whether it's to gain weight or to lose weight, you will reach your fitness goals. So if you need to be in a net weekly deficit and you take a cheat day and you're in a slightly less of a deficit, that's not going to hurt you. You're going to lose fat at a slightly lower rate, but it's going to help you stay consistent, and you're going to end up losing more fat in the long run. So this is why I feel like cheat days are essential, because cheat days allow you to give your mental a break, and it allows you to satisfy your cravings, and you're less likely to binge, right? When you're on a strict diet and you have these cravings and you don't give in to the cravings, you're fighting the urge to binge. And a lot of people end up binging. They end up giving in, and then they end up falling completely back into bad eating habits. When you control the variable, when you control those cravings and you allow those cravings to be fed, but on your terms, you're taking control of your diet and you are essentially steering the boat the way that you need it to go. So once again, cheat days are an amazing tool. I've used cheat days throughout the entirety of my training journey, except for in the beginning when I was under the assumption that there are bad foods, you shouldn't have certain foods. For some people this is true, because certain people have specific, unique health implications. But if you have no specific, unique health implications that have to do with your eating, there is nothing wrong with a cheat day. Have that fucking burger, have that cereal, have whatever it is. Just make sure that you're doing it in a strategic manner and not in a manner that will hurt you in the long run. And it can't hurt you in the long run if you're doing it strategically. The only way it can hurt you in the long run is if you don't hold yourself accountable, like I talked about in the video prior, and if you don't keep track of everything. If you're keeping track of everything and you're still going to be in that net weekly deficit, you are perfectly fine. Do not feel guilty about that. Treat yourself to that. Allow yourself to take that cheat day so that you can keep up on your journey. And with that being said, thank you for tuning into this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Do you guys take cheat days? What's your favorite cheat day meal? And I'll see you back here next week, next Sunday. Make sure you tune in for that video. I'll see you again soon.